All right, y'all, welcome back. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe like I always tell y'all in the beginning or the end of my video. So check it out. This video, we're going to talk about, it's a woman who just recently went viral because of a Cheesecake Factory date. So I'm guessing, when I looked at the video, I think it was a first date, and she felt that which my opinion, I think people would just do things to go viral because, so basically she met her date. They drove two separate cars in the middle to Cheesecake Factory parking lot. The dude was trying to pull on the door, tell her to get out. She started recording herself and saying she's not getting out. She feel like she's better than a first date as a Cheesecake Factory date. So she didn't get out the car. Dude was trying to pull on the door. She like, you know what? I'm better than this. This is Cheesecake Factory is not acceptable. Now, let me say this. The Cheesecake Factory is a nice place. It's a nice establishment. You know, I've seen stuff like this go viral before. Someone had said a man tried to take a woman to I think it was Chili's or TGIF's or something like Applebee's as a first date. And the women jumped in the comments and she was like, oh, that's so cheap on the first date and you're better than that. So that happened before. So now this post went viral. This post went viral, I'm sorry. And so now it raised the questions. It raised the question of, is a place like the Cheesecake Factory, which is a nice eating establishment, you know what I mean? But is that too cheap of a date? And I seen this and I wanted to comment on this because I see a lot of people leaning towards, hey, she deserved better than that as a first date. And then you got some people saying, hey, Cheesecake Factory is okay, it's acceptable, it's not a big deal. So my take on it is this. I look at it like, sometimes y'all, sometimes the best dates be the most simplest dates. Like, some of my best dates I've had where I just sat in the car, and I'm not a cheap person. I ain't trying to be cheap. I'm just saying sometimes the best dates be the ones you just sit in the car, y'all talking, y'all chilling, you know, y'all getting to know each other, or you might go to like a bar and it's just y'all to the side. You might get a drink, not even no food. You just getting to know each other. Sometimes y'all, those be the best dates. I feel like, you know, as women, and I understand you're supposed to have your standards. So whatever standards you feel like is for you. But y'all gotta look at it like this. Like, it's not like he asked you to go to a fast food joint. You know, he did say Cheesecake Factory. Like, I know some women have been like, yeah, that's cool, that's a good date, that's a cool date. And then some women could be like, how they feeling, like, nah, you need to go to a Morton Steakhouse, Perry Steakhouse, or I'm in Houston, you need to take us to a Papa Dough or on a more higher end scale. And, you know, my advice to that is like, hey, ladies, is that really that important to you? You know, because I know sometimes when you make an impression, you have to make a great impression. You know, you only have one time to make an impression. So normally, you know, we would take women on a date and we try to lay all the stops. We try to take you to the most expensive date and try to really impress y'all. Ladies, a lot of times, majority of the times, you get brothers that do all that stuff because at the end of the day, brothers trying to get some at the end. Not saying you owe the brother to get some, give him some, but at the end of those dates, brothers be really trying to get some. Hell, you got some brothers come out, tell you after the date is over with, if you ain't talking about nothing, as far as giving them some, he like, hold on, back, you know, I spent this. Not saying you owe him to give him none, but sometimes brothers be feeling like that, like, yo, I done spent this. And I know ladies be like, well, I can spend this on myself. Why would I have to give you something just to go on a date? Ladies, you absolutely correct. You right about that. You don't have to give some. But brothers, some brothers do be thinking that. Not saying he's owed that. I'm just saying brothers do be thinking like that. And nowadays, ladies, I think a lot of brothers are starting to do this, ladies. And this is why I always tell ladies, don't ever go somewhere when you getting to meet a guy and you going on a date. Don't ever go nowhere without no money. You know, back in the day, you know, it was for sure. Brother take you out, you know, he'll pay for everything, you know, he'll come pick you up, You know, like I said, he'll pick you up. He can pay for everything. Um, it'll be a nice day. You know, he drop you off. If something happened, it do. If it don't, it don't. You know, y'all go on to the next one. Nowadays, the world is so crazy. Times have changed so much. I always recommend, when you first meet a guy, you know, meet him at the establishment. If you have a vehicle, or if you don't, Uber up there or something. Because people, you don't want to let anybody and everybody know where you live at, because you got some crazy people out there. Also, have your own money. Ladies, I want you to know, it's a lot of brothers these days that are going on a date with you. They don't like the date. Brothers is like, act like they going to the restroom and walking away. Like, I know situations of brothers doing this. Like, the brother, you know, that's one thing brothers doing. That's why I always tell ladies, always make sure you got your own money just in case. Also, too, brothers are starting to feel like, you know what? Which I don't condone this at all. I'm just saying what the new day brothers and some of the new day brothers do. Not all men, but some brothers are doing this. You know, they'll like pick a cheaper date. They'll pick like a cheap date just to see the chemistry. Is the chemistry there? So they feel like, okay, if the chemistry's not there, then I'm cool. I ain't really spend no money. You know, I can I pay for the end of the day. I can walk away free. You know, and I'm cool. You got some brothers doing that, ladies. Now, I say this. I say don't pass up, you know, a potential of a good brother because of the restaurant that he chose. You know, if he's not trying to say, hey, let's go to Burger King or something as a first date, you know, it's cool. Just take a chance, ladies. If you feel like you used to having a higher standard of, you know, of these higher end places as a first date, that's cool. You know, but and a lot of times too, ladies, sometimes brothers just don't know. Brothers be fresh out the block. Brothers don't be knowing about certain places. Sometimes y'all gotta y'all gotta tell a brother like, hey, listen, I know you chose this spot, but can we go here? There's nothing wrong with that. Or you could be like, you know what? I will go there for the first date. The next day I choose. That's always a good response too. You know, you don't have to just be straight doing like she did. She just got to the place. You took the time to drive to the place, meet him there, just decide not to get out the car, and then you make a video. That just ain't cool. Because you knew where y'all was going, so I guess you changed your mind. And then now, as a twist to the story, now she's saying that she took advice from, I'm guessing, a YouTube influencer who probably told her, oh, sister child, you are at this top level. If a brother's not coming up here, you shouldn't go down there. You got a lot of that, you know, talking points going on in some of these other platforms. Women are listening to, or women are going by this. Now, there's nothing wrong with going by influencers' advice. You know, just like I said a couple of things and y'all go off of my advice. But the reality is sometimes, y'all, a lot of platforms, they talk about things in an ideal world. I don't really talk about things in the ideal world. I talk about reality. You know, that's the reality I'm talking about. And let me say this, ladies. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings when I say this, but I want to be totally honest with you. It's some women that has the total package, everything. They nines or tens. They get the certain type of men that's just nonstop. Hey, damn near going out their way to like you going to 5-star restaurants, this and that. You got some brothers that's just, you got some women that's just that gorgeous that they used to that. So they have that. So those women, they have that kind of attitude, right? They have that because those are the women who are able to have sugar daddies. And when I mean sugar daddies, I'm not talking about Willie Earl from the hood that want to give you a couple $100 from his social security check and give you some money if trying to trick with you. I'm talking about real like corporate type of older men, really like take you to like out the country. You got some of these brothers, some of these men are choosing those type of women. And those are the women who getting all those type of perks. Now, you know, they doing what they doing with them. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying you got some men who really like go really out their way, and those women are used to that. Like I said, so they have that type of attitude. But then you just got like around the way everyday women, and it's like it's nothing wrong with a date like that. I don't feel like that's lowering your standard. I want my ladies to understand y'all, everything is not lowering your standard. You know what I mean? Y'all, a lot of time women take things and be like, well, that's lowering my standard. I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna settle. You know, they look at that as settling. I look at it as like, okay, teach a brother, tell a brother. Some, like I say, some brothers just don't know. Some brothers don't know certain spots. You know, it's nothing wrong with showing a brother, hey, look, like I told you earlier, you could say, hey, look, you choose that spot for the first date, I choose the next one. You know, or you know what, I ain't really feeling the Cheesecake Factory. Let's go here and see what the brother say for that. That could be a simple conversation that could clear up, and it could be, I mean, it could be a total understanding. I feel like sometimes, you know, and that's just like people sometimes go, you know, above their means sometimes, and that be the problem. We'll go, and that's men and women. We'll go above our means, and we, you know, neglecting our bills, trying to keep up with this image of what we think people in society are living. And shit, it's hard out here. It's hard out here, you know. But that's all I want to talk about, y'all. I just seen that story. It went viral, so I just wanted to talk about it. On to the next video. Y'all tell me before I end this. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Is she wrong? Is she right? Is Cheesecake Factory a good date for a first date? Should she have acted that way? Should she have said no, she's above the Cheesecake Factory? Or do you feel like, hey, it's just the Cheesecake Factory, it's no big deal. As long as we get to know each other and have a good time, that's what it's all about. Y'all ladies, tell me what you think. Fellas, tell me what you think. Again, peace and blessings. I'm King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm out.